Oh, we all know the Louis Armstrong song about the colors of the rainbow, but this 10-year-old boy hasn't been able to see them until now because he's one of 300 million people worldwide who are colorblind. And that's why this birthday gift of some special glasses to finally help him see a full spectrum of color has him in tears.
Yes! Be careful.
Oh, what a moment.
So
and in
sweet.
addition to the thanks with mom and dad, who's there too, he told his parents he would never lose these glasses. That, of course, they love to hear. And check out the moment where he first puts them on.
Oh, I love, he's looking at colorful balloons.
That he couldn't see before,
Couldn't see
right? When we
before.
started the video, he didn't have them on. Now he
It's just
sees the
beautiful.
yellow.
It's just overwhelmed. I can't even imagine that because we just take this for granted.
Right,
If you're not colorblind, you just take this for granted. And that moment right there was just life-changing for him and for his family.
A beautiful thing.
Wow.
You wish everyone could experience what that little boy just did.
I know, that's just a wonderful way to start the show. I just feel so upbeat and happy for him.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Happy Wednesday, friends. Thanks for being with us here on Afternoon Focus. Julie Grant, of course, alongside Scott Withers, who's in for Rob.
Keeping
Great
the
to
couch
have you.
warm.
Aw.
Liking it. Having a wonderful Wednesday. Much better now after seeing that.
Oh, for sure.
I feel energized and ready to go.
Let's go.
Well, let's begin as we like to do with stories from the top of our feed.
And we start today with some fast-acting firefighters. Look at this. A precious little angel got her head stuck in an angel food cake pan somehow. Don't know
gosh.
how this happened, but the fire crew was able to use some snippers to cut the pan enough to slide her head out gently.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad she's okay.
Right? Oh my gosh.
Now, in my mind, I'm hearing my mom say, don't put your head in that staircase. It's going to get stuck.
Wait, the spindles.
Yes.
I know.
I was
the
always
spindles.
afraid I was going to get stuck, but
My
it looked like so
brother
much
got
fun.
stuck in the spindles, I
You're
believe.
kidding.
Yeah. Oh, wait, a chair. Wait, it was a chair. A kitchen chair where, like, the top half, and there's, like, that was what he got stuck in. Yeah.
Oh, my. Did you dare him to do it?
No,
Oh, okay.
I totally didn't. But, yeah, and our neighbor who was home at the time, a very handy, came over and unscrewed the side of the chair to swing it over so my brother could get out.
Oh, I'm glad
sure he's
he's
glad
okay.
I'm sharing that story. Yeah, he's doing good. He turned out all right.
Okay, keep your heads out of the chairs, people.
Oh, well, nearly 21 years ago, February 18th, 2002, Sports Illustrated put a 17-year-old LeBron James on its cover and called him the chosen one. The cover set the bar so high that a lot of people thought it was unfair to the teen superstar.
Well, unfair or not, they were right. And as of last night, James is now the all-time leading scorer in NBA history. He beat Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the top spot. Now, Kareem was actually there on the courtside to witness the history. There is no question now. He's fantastic. That must have been. Can you imagine what's going through his mind right there after that went in?
Oh, I mean, two legends right there, sharing a screen, sharing a hug, sharing a moment in basketball history. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, going to go down in history as one of the greats, and so will LeBron, a living legend. That's why they call him the King, King James.
His son, too, is coming up just a few years away before he might be hitting it out there on the NBA court. So it runs in the family. Me, I can't even do granny shots. I'm like this, and I still miss the thing.
Oh, and LeBron, he's really quite a story.
Yeah,
just the way, his talent.
And still cares about his
places.
community. Does so much for Ohio. So, well, about 5 months before the world was introduced to LeBron, the NFL world was introduced to Tom Brady, the GOAT. Now, 22 years later, people are trying to sell a bottle of sand that Brady reportedly was standing on when he announced his second retirement. Several eBay users claim to have collected the sand and are offering it, get this, from $20 to $13,000. And we just logged on to eBay to see a bid listed at $13,100. That's some expensive sand. I can't even imagine.
And that's like something, it's not even like you can authenticate it. I sound like such a lawyer right now, but you know, an autograph picture, you can have that authenticated, you can have an expert compare it, things like that that you can definitely, I mean, Santa, who knows?
We need to go get some sand and try selling it and see if somebody will buy it. We'll donate the money, okay? We won't keep it if somebody does. Well, and it looks like Brady has found his post-football life rolling. He posted this photo to his social media accounts, and it immediately became a thirst trap. I'll let you guess why. Now, for the record, he's actually promoting his brand of boxer brief underwear for men. Well,
I don't have words.
It blew up the internet, blew up Twitter.
It broke the internet.
It did. You know it's important when mom's saying, hey, did you see Tom Brady's Twitter? And I'm like, wait, what's happening,
Did your mom call you?
And now I was like, I've got to check this out.
Yeah. My mom and I love Tom Brady. Yeah, we can't get enough of Tom Brady.
That generation really does, that whole movie. 80s for Brady. It's a huge hit. So, yeah, he's found his niche.
I mean, amazing. I mean, like, do you really think this is retirement?
No, he's having fun.
Right, yeah.
Good for him. Good for him. He deserves the fun.
Oh my gosh. Well, we'll bring you more Tom Brady on another day.
Yes,
that's
we
for
will.
sure. We'd like that, producers. When imagination and skill connect to work ethic and motivation, magic can happen.
That mixture is making art in one Arizona home where a teenager is creating superheroes who are doing more than just saving fictional worlds. Our friend Ashley Holden has the details.
I'd like to think that I have a pretty big imagination.
Absalom White Jr. uses that imagination to transport himself into the world of superheroes.
My dad introduced me into superheroes and anime, and my mom introduced me into comic book writing, or writing in specific. She said, you should go and turn that into something.
Right from his family's living room in Casa Grande, the 22-year-old creates comics with a mission in mind.
I definitely wanted to make sure that I brought a bunch of black superheroes into the world, that other people that look like me, boys and girls, adults that can cosplay as, dress as, look at themselves as, see themselves in my superheroes.
After years of practice, writing, and saving up money, about a year ago, Absalom published his first comic, Instant.
In the comic book, I am Instant.
Writing and designing the comic.
This was kind of like version, 1.0 of the suit.
Using his voice to tell the story of Instant, who unexpectedly gets the power of super speed.
Let's just say a bolt of lightning ain't got nothing on me.
Finding an artist through social media to bring the digital comic to life.
I do pre-designs and things like that, so the suit design, I design that. A lot of the backgrounds, supporting characters, I design those, and then I hand that off.
The young creator is already working on a sequel, but has even bigger dreams.
I want to do films, I want to star as Instant in my own movies, video games, TV shows.
He hopes his comics and his story inspires others.
If you can see it, you can be it, and if you want to aspire to be that, you can chase after your dreams and do that.
Wow. He is working on a media empire right there. He's got the comics done. He knows he wants to do movies and film and TV. Good for him. That's why you have to start out. You have to start out with an idea, and you have to believe in yourself. And I always tell people, bet on yourself. You will always win. No matter what, you will always win.
Love that. That is the bet that you should take, the one on yourself. Oh, every good wish to him. We're going to have to follow up on him and see how his career progresses. Well, friends, it is that time of the show where we tell you to get your popcorn ready as we bring you a few quick stories that are just fun to know. And we move from that story about the young man at the start of his creative journey to the celebration of a man whose music helped E.T. fly.
Wow. Today is composer John Williams' 91st birthday, and we thought it'd be fun to share some tidbits about him and his work. Now, the first is he has the most Oscar nominations of anyone alive with 53. That's good for second most all. That comes behind Walt Disney, who had the most of everyone.
And Williams has composed more than 100 film scores, but you don't have to go to the movies to hear his work.
No, you do not. That's right. John Williams is responsible for the theme music for NBC Nightly News. You hear it every night. Now, the official name of that track is Mission Theme. Didn't know that.
No. And finally, John Williams is most closely associated with Steven Spielberg's films. And it was actually Spielberg who recommended Williams to a young director at the time named George Lucas.
Love that. George Lucas was putting together a space action movie, needed some music, and that's how we got the iconic Star Wars theme. Everyone knows that song.
Oh my gosh, it gives you chills.
It
doesn't
sure
it?
does.
As soon as we've heard it a million times, but it just, there's something
Love it
about
every
it.
single time.
It's
Absolutely.
iconic. Well, coming up next on the show, how a woman is stitching together some memories for people who have lost their dear loved ones.
It just allows them to feel a little bit closer to their lost loved ones. Being able to do this really was like a life-changing move on my end.
Welcome back to Afternoon Focus. There is a whole lot of life underneath the sea. Get a load of this Maori octopus in Australia. These creatures have good vision but are entirely deaf. And as you can see, they're stellar at camouflaging themselves to blend in.
What an interesting looking creature
You
that
kinda
is.
lost track of him there for a
I
second.
know, by the
Just-
plant in the sea, whatever that plant was.
Yeah, and you got to be careful down there. Lots of predators that'll
Gosh,
jump down on some
I know.
octopus. So good for him to
Right.
getting that all figured out and knowing how to do that.
Yeah.
Well, back here on dry land, a different type of animal is captivating hearts. Bears, teddy bear.
Yes,
so it is.
but these aren't your average stuffed animals. A magic maker is threading them together with a one-of-a-kind fabric. Natalie Chuck's in San Diego with the story.
How did you learn to sew?
So my mom and grandma,
It's a skill that Randy Whittick never knew would turn into this.
I think it just allows them to feel a little bit closer to their lost loved ones.
Her kitchen table has become a place where the clothes of people who have passed away are cut and curated.
Matt was a fisherman, and she did this on everybody's bear.
Deborah Moreau was one of the first people to ever get a bear from Whittick. Her son Matt died unexpectedly this past August at 32 years old. Matt and Whittick had been friends since high school, and his mom gave her full access to Matt's closet.
And it was like therapeutic to like remember these good memories of him in this outfit. And it's weird how clothes can do that.
Since then, Whittick has spent hundreds of hours making dozens of bears for friends and family members who have lost someone.
And it was just part of my grieving process. Like I was at a low part in my life, and it really hit me hard. And being able to do this really was like a life-changing move on my end.
The bears can be for a death, a memory, and anything in between.
For me to be able to bring something to somebody who's having a hard time, and that could just make their day just a little bit better, like that fuels my fire.
Oh, I think what really touches me about this one is it's something that's tangible, right? You know, and with a death, I think that's the hardest thing, that you feel like a part of you is missing with the loved one who's going. You can't see them, and you try to find ways to connect with them through prayer, through coincidences, through talking about them. Yeah, photos, memories. But here it's something you can grab and hold tight and think about them with.
I was watching this, and all I kept thinking about was grandfather Lyle. My grandpa Lyle, he used to have this red flannel shirt that I remember him to this day wearing, and I know hugging him and what it felt like. That would have been wonderful to have that and made that into a bear for me to remember forever. So this is a great idea. I really like this, and I think it would have helped me as a kid. I think it will help a lot of people. What she's doing for these people and her family and her friends is a wonderful thing.
Right. No, it really is. I remember as a kid, I was really attached to my blanket. I had to sleep with my blanket everywhere I went. And we went to my Nana and Grandpa's house. You know, they lived in Pittsburgh, and I forgot my blanket. My parents forgot it at home, Scott. And so my Nana, you know, was quick to, you know, cut up this quilt in the closet, or not a quilt. I guess it was just, you know, like a blanket. It was pretty, it had flowers on it. Cut up a piece of it small enough, you know, for me to take into, you know, my bed. And then that was the Nana blanket, and it was like, because it was from her, it made me feel safe, made me feel happy. I forgot all about the blanket that I was obsessed with, you know, because it was so, it's almost like something tangible can really make a difference when it comes to the emotions we're feeling.
Wonderful thing, and I think a lot of people across the country could be helped with those teddy bears. So good for her. That's a great thing that she's doing.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Well, after the break, we're going to introduce you to a group of veterans who are using their community to help break through some mental health barriers. Welcome back. The benefits of going outside and enjoying some fresh air are not just something that's an old adage coming from our parents when we were growing up or would be upset. It's actually really, really good for our health, you know, both physically and mentally.
But if you're someone living with PTSD, just enjoying everyday activities brings some challenges. Vanessa Mashanga takes us to the slopes to introduce a group making that experience a little easier.
Everyone grab their transceivers, pop them out.
For these veterans, physical obstacles are something they take head on with pride.
We're going to go up to where it starts to get questionable, and we're just going to observe our way up.
But it's the silent obstacles that can be the hardest to overcome.
There's a lot of programs that support physically disabled veterans or traumatic brain injury specifically. But my friends that I lost were just veterans that had some mental health issues. So those scars were not really visible. And I recognized that and said, well, there's something I can do is share something that I found value in and share that with the greater community.
Austin Bruniger is the reason this group is gathering together at this Colorado trailhead. He started High Country Veterans Adventures after experiencing the tragedy of losing friends to suicide and the peace he experienced out in nature.
Weather today, you're looking at it, light snow.
We like to surround ourselves with other veterans so we can have that kind of instant rapport. We can share things with ourselves that we may not feel comfortable sharing with other people.
But out here, like, there's no filter needed, there's no judgment, and it really lets people open up.
Studies have shown that the more time people diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder spend in the outdoors, the more they see a reduction in their PTSD symptoms.
We've essentially removed the obstacles that prevent a veteran from coming out and enjoying these events.
Austin's group moves some of those barriers by lending out equipment and providing avalanche training so veterans can access the pure wilderness of America's backcountry safely.
But whatever you need, we'll help you get it, whether it's short-term or long-term. So the gear, the space, the knowledge, the safety, we have that covered. We just need you to make contact and show up.
Veteran Zach Whitmore found the group serendipitously a few years ago and says the ability to get outside with very few barriers has been life-changing.
I can't picture my life in any other way other than being in the mountains and being out in the wild with my friends.
Connection through nature may be harder to find these days, but these enthusiasts say through proper knowledge and finding a group to show you the way, the outdoors can remain one of the greatest healers available.
Because at the end of the day, like, we just want everybody to get up the mountain, finish the objective, and get down safely. And it brings us together, and it builds relationships.
I think it's all about being present in that great, beautiful environment, right? With PTSD, those memories can take you back to an awful place, and the trauma can come back into your mind and reoccur for you. And here it's about being mindful that, you know, that's a memory. And psychologists will tell you, you want to, in treatment, separate yourself, the present you, from that bad memory. And what a beautiful way to do it with friends.
And the relaxation of nature just helps with all that.
Makes it even better.
Absolutely. Love it outside.
They're heroes. We thank them all for their service.
Absolutely.
We're going to be right back here on Afternoon Focus. Don't go away.
Welcome back. If you've ever heard the sentiment that artificial intelligence will one day take our jobs, I'm starting to think that the future workforce is bunnies.
Heck yeah, this one is making change for customers at the Pink House Alchemy in Fayetteville, Arkansas. You go ahead, smart little bunny rabbit.
Oh my gosh, he's so cute. He's counting the money, he's checking to make sure it's real.
I think we should have bunnies every day on Afternoon Focus.
Too.
What do you think?
I've never seen a bunny cashier. That is fantastic.
I just saw Scripps News, the network you work for, just did a report on people bringing pets to work, how it's great. It encourages a better working environment.
Lots of companies are doing it now to help people come back from the to help them get back into the office.
A lot of working at home during the pandemic that's still going on. Scott, what do you say we take the idea
I think
to
we
the
need a bunny right here. Well, that's our show for today. We want to hear more from you, though.
Yes, please send us your ideas. Leave them on our Facebook page if you don't mind. Give us a like and a share while you're there, please. We'll look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. And you know what we say, same time, same couch.
Have a great day.